Welcome to Jaffna. So in this video we're going to figure out if we feel it's worth the big long trek up north to the very top of Sri Lanka to visit Jaffna, a much less explored city than many other places in Sri Lanka. It's pretty much devoid of tourists. So join me, explore the city with me and see what you think. Is it worth coming here? Should you come here? Should I have come here? Stay tuned. Good morning. And welcome to Jaffna. We're all the way up in the north right now in a very different world to the one I've left. There are far few tourists, far few touristy things, and it is much more just a working city, I guess. So, in that theme and vein, it's laundry time. So, come along with me, explore some of the streets of Jaffna, and help me do my laundry. So, first impressions yesterday, I just did a bit of a walk around and went to a couple of stores and discovered where the bus terminal is, and it's just a busy city. Lots of people were very friendly, saying hello as I walked past. The kind of thing I get in India more than Sri Lanka, where they're very used to seeing lots and lots of foreigners, but less so in Jaffna. So I think it's good to visit somewhere that isn't crowded with tourists and where everything is, bent to their want, that kind of thing. But early days yet. I haven't an opinion because I'm going to spend today exploring, seeing what the city has to offer as much as I can, and then I'll come back with a much better idea. But these streets are nice. I came down here, I walked to a restaurant last night, and they're very dark at night, I can tell you. And some of these dogs are very, very yappy. And combined with the dark, look at the size of this house. Absolutely massive. But anyway, it was fine, and I made friends with a local fruit store owner just down here, and he was really nice. Very nice man altogether. It is a Saturday morning, just so you have a little context of what's going on in the broader picture. So, I guess a lot of people are off. I guess for the weekend, it is, let me check the time. It is 8 minutes past 8 on a Saturday morning, so likely it is a lot of people might still be in bed. I don't know. I certainly would be if I was back at home at 8 minutes past 8 on a Saturday. And she's looking at me thinking, is this guy talking to himself? Yes, he is. Now, something I didn't spot last night is the Deliverance Prayer House, which is here. There you go. If you need to be delivered, go with them. Don't go with the mail. Because it's laundry day, I'm down to very few clothes left, and I feel like my outfit for the day is more appropriate for the beach than walking around the city. But I've no choice. What am I to do? There's a very colourful house. Right, well, today isn't going quite as successfully as I would have wanted. So first of all, a little bottle of mosquito repellent sort of spilled in my bag, my blue bag on laundry day, which means my one clean shirt instantly is Smurf-like. Then I come to the pretty much only thing to see in Jaffna, and I can't go in because I'm wearing shorts, and they don't have anything to wrap around like many other temples would. So, and they were really mean about it actually. They didn't do it with a smile. They were just like, I don't know. So I've had very mixed interactions with the locals. Some of them have been very nice, and some of them really not friendly at all, which is really surprising to me. But in any case, I will not be going in here, so I can't tell you anything about it. I can just tell you that the people who run it are kind of mean. That's all I got. Okay, so I think this is going to be a quick old tour of Jaffna because there isn't an awful lot left to do. Right, I shall regroup. Also, one very weird quirk about this place, in addition to, and actually the more I think about this, the more illogical and nonsensical it is. Anyway, you have to cover your knees, but men have to take their top off. So you're bare-chested, but your knees are covered, because knees are the problem here. That's new to me. I don't think I've had that in any other temple. I'd love to know what the problem with knees. Show your tits, but cover your knees is the motto at this particular place in Jaffna. So I have tuk-tuk myself to what I believe is the market. I guess we'll find out pretty soon. Yes, it is. Because it's not quite as bustly and lively as I was expecting it to be. But I guess it is Saturday morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Thank you.
What do you want? What do you want?
I'm just going to look first and then I decide.
You tipper. You tipper.
Yes. Yeah.
Where are you?
Where am I?
You're from
Ireland.
Ireland.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hello. How are you? Nothing. Thank you. I do feel like I should be buying something instead of just being a tourist. But what am I going to do with rolled up jaggery? Or I don't even know what these things are.
Welcome.
Thank you. Oh. They're certainly nicer here than at the temple. And there's cows. I can definitely buy some fruit. Fruit I can definitely buy. Beep beep. And just wondering where is the best place. We'll go up here. Not sure what you do with these little rolled up things of jaggery. Do I want them after all? What I need is a clean t-shirt. I wonder, is there somewhere in the market for that? There must be. Let's go buy some bananas. Hello. These ones? Corn. Corn? Corn. Yeah. How much is this going to be?
200.
Sorry?
200.
200 for really? For
300 rupees. For quality.
it's okay.
Yeah.
I bought them last night and they were much cheaper than that. Don't trust them. Right, my unsuccessful day continues. Don't trust the banana man. I think maybe it's a case of I just don't understand this town yet. I need to kind of get the feel of it or something. Oh, look, the tiniest little dog in the world. Where's he off to? Oh dear God. I can't watch that. Okay, I don't really understand how this market is working either. Like, surely there's more fruit and veg than that. 2 stalls for a big city like this. What are these things, I wonder? Okay. I very much stick out like a sore thumb here. And I can't quite figure out this market. It's kind of spread out or something. But we'll keep on going until we're stopped, I guess. Try not to get water thrown on me. Although that would fit the day quite well. Right. I don't know. It's a very weird market. If this is the market. Presumably my tuk-tuk driver brought me to the right place. I mean, it is market-ish. I was expecting something quite different though, with a lot more fresh produce. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you away for a little while and see if I can come to grips with this place without being a sore thumb sticking out. Right, well, I found more fruit and veg, so at least there's that. And more post boxes. And this is the bus depot. Cute little temple in the middle of it all. Hello. Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
What do you want?
Nothing. What are these? Mangoes?
Mango.
Mango.
Albons.
They're what?
Albons.
Okay. How much is a mango?
How much? 700.
700. Okay. Thank you.
1 kilo.
Thank you. That seems very expensive for a mango. Oh, I just realized he meant 1 kilo of mangoes. How many mangoes is that? I would really like a mango, but I just do not have the equipment to deal with a mango at the moment. Right. That's the market, I think. Now, I don't want to be mean, but I've seen better markets. I've seen better markets. I've had nicer experiences at temples. The 2 restaurants I've been to in Jaffna for lunch and dinner. Lunch was absolutely awful. Like, I had the worst naan bread I've ever had. Literally, it was just terrible. And it was a paneer tikka masala, and the paneer was disgusting. And then for dinner, I went to a vegetarian place that's famous here called Mango's Indian Vegetarian. And the lady was just really mean and horrible. And anyway, it wasn't a good experience. Food wasn't great. So I'm like, so far the people and the food in this town haven't done it for me. I'm going to try my best to keep an open mind. But it's very much out of your way to get here. So you'd want it to, I don't know. You'd want it to give something back. All right, onwards. We're going to literally the last thing to see here, which is the fort. Now, I My expectations are not high here because I understand it's not a spectacular fort like you have in Gaul, although Gaul's one was covered in tourists and this one won't be. So, you know, that's a plus already. And it is somewhere down this direction. Oh, I've got a stone in my shoe. I will say there's nice little streets as you go from place to place. It's very cute, little back streets. They're very pretty. So that's nice. And I will try other restaurants that look like they're supposed to be very good. I was expecting a lot better South Indian vegetarian food. But obviously, actually I don't know why. I was going to say obviously we got different types of South Indian people, but no, I don't understand why they're not vegetarian here. Somebody will have to explain that one to me. Okay, where am I now? So, I kind of miss the little cute streets of Trincomalee, where everything was kind of walkable and just lots of lovely little shops and friendly people. But it's funny here, I think because they see so few tourists, some people seem very friendly and excited to see you. And then maybe some people are just suspicious or something, maybe, because they're not used. Which I understand, of course. I'm suspicious of people too. Okay, we gotta cross this road. The other kind of thing to do in Jaffna is actually not in Jaffna at all. It's to take a ferry to some of the islands, where it's an hour ride to the jetty. Oh my gosh, fumes. It's an hour ride to the jetty. And then you've got to take the ferry to these places. And so you have to do it really early in the morning. And I have to collect my laundry tomorrow morning. So, because they close at 1 o'clock. So there goes that plan. And that's literally the only other thing that's recommended to do in this town. So, yep. No, I kind of like this street. I don't really understand what's going on, but I like it. Oh, it's jewellery, okay. Just trying to figure out what are they even selling. Oh, this is why the streets are muddy. Because they're washing off all the dust. And there's lots of dust. That's for sure. My feet are going to be filthy. Oh, but it's nice and cool here. This is obviously Jewellery Street. But they've got like all these cases and nothing in them. Like, that's so weird. Every single one of them. They're filled with cases all around, but there's nothing in the cases. That is so weird. And look at this. What's with all the chairs? Oh, they've got things in their cases. Perhaps. I see. Okay. They start putting them in and they must take them out every evening then. All right, that makes more sense. It's a little labor intensive. Some people are much better at it and have it all done already. And some people just don't seem to be doing anything. Wow, the amount of chairs in these places. Okay. Well, that was a fascinating little street. I think I'm back at the market again. Or am I? Yes. Or a type of market. And I need to be going... Okay. I know what's happening. Do you know what's happening? Okay, we are gonna cross the road, try not to get knocked down by anything, preferably. Okay, keep your eyes peeled for a t-shirt. Okay, we're not gonna be walking down there then. I wonder, could I get somebody to make me a t-shirt? Right. Oh my god, smell. Oy, oy, oy. Okay. Hello. I'm officially the world's worst map reader. But I have taken myself aside. I studied the map for about 10 minutes. I turned it around repeatedly in various different directions, and I'm fairly confident I know what's going on now. So I do get there, but it just takes some time. Now I say I do get there, like maybe I'm being a bit premature. But I'm also capped against the sun. It is a dusty town. Ugh. Okay, I will check. I still don't think I'm in the right direction. Oh, Connor. This is terrible. Terrible, I tell you. Right. Just trying to find somewhere I can be out of the way. So, according to the map, this is Jaffna Park. I feel like there's room for improvement. Okay, but I have found the fort. And there's that theme song of Sri Lanka. So somebody's selling bread from a tuk-tuk. That much I know. So, I'm not really sure how we get into the fort, but this is the fort. A lot of potential, again, in this area for all sorts of nice things, but looks like at the moment it's just being used as a dump. Which is a pity. Okay. I did see people come this way, so that's kind of why I followed along. And we're behind a lovely looking temple. Okay, now Nobody ever likes having to go into a dark space, but that's just what we're gonna do. Let's hope this does not become some sort of Blair Witch type found footage of Connor moaning about Jaffna. Not sure it would make much of a movie. Okay, so we can either go up. Oh, they're the people, so they haven't led me astray so far. Water does not look like something I'd want to enter. More dark spaces. Yes, these people have not led me astray. Okay, we are on the outer bastion, east. Regional defense was the main purpose of the Jaffna fort, and the outer bastions were the key components of the construction which were given foremost security to the fortress. 4 outer bastions were installed as the initial elements to ensure the frontline defense of the fortification. Right, a drawbridge was installed to keep the connectivity between the outer bastions and the inner fort area. There you go. Lanarhaig. This town isn't a tourist town, and that's kind of what makes it special. So, but I feel like they could make a little bit of an effort sometimes. Maybe they're purposely looking at the rest of Sri Lanka thinking, whoa, just wall-to-wall white people and annoying foreigners who are complaining all the time and everything that comes along with tourism, and they're just thinking, we don't want that here. We are happy in our little Jaffna selves. We don't need no foreigners coming in and ruining it. Okay. Well, actually, it's quite impressive. It's in better nick than I was thinking. So that's good. I just stood in something. Hopefully it's not something that bites. Right, I've paid my 4,570 rupees to get inside the fort, and there really isn't a whole pile to see here, I gotta say. That is €4. They're charging you to come and look at some rocks, but I guess they need the money to restore it in order for them to actually do something nice with it. So hopefully someday it will be a better situation than what it's currently in. And as always, of course, they charge double to foreigners. Which, I don't know. I don't like. It's the same in India. I think maybe we should start that. Right, well, this is it. This is the fort in Jaffna. Similar to the one in Gaul, just no tourists and no little kiosks selling you cool drinks and that kind of shenanigans. No peacocks anywhere in sight. But I guess it's impressive in its own little way. But it's not something that you'd come specifically to Jaffna to see. So turns out there's nothing, I think, that you specifically would want to come to Jaffna to see. You'd come to Jaffna to get a feel of a Sri Lankan city, in a way a more real one that's not, that isn't geared towards tourism, as so many places in Sri Lanka, oh hello, are now. So that's what you come to Jaffna for. You don't come for tourism, I guess. You come to get a feel of life in a Sri Lankan city as authentically as you can. See in the little shacks that are built into the water, and I guess, are they some sort of fish farming? I must look that up. That's interesting, but you don't need to you don't need to pay into the fort to see that. You can just walk by the road. It's beautiful. It's interesting. I must investigate what that is about. All right, I feel like something has been successful. I got ice cream from Rio's famous ice cream emporium here in Jaffna. Coffee flavor, if you're interested, and it was delicious. And now I feel like I have to walk that off a little bit. But look where I am now. This does very much feel like south of India, but it's not. It's the north of Sri Lanka. Where's all this sand coming from? I'm gonna have very, very dirty feet by the end of the day, that's for sure. Anyway, this is gorgeous, and the inside is really spectacular as well, but I just had a look through the gates. I don't want to bother anybody praying, so I can't stick my camera in the right and just leave them be because they're actually praying. But it's stunning inside, really, really gorgeous and big. But I'll go around the other side and see what happens. Oh my goodness. Very beautiful. And there's a cow in there. Oh, adorable. There. That's it. Okay. I knew I was in the vicinity of something. This one is very vibrant. It's got a little chipmunk. Okay, leave them be. I don't want to be annoying any more than I am. Well, perhaps I'll pull on a pair of pants and come back tomorrow. I feel like I'm in some sort of disguise situation here at the moment with my cap on and my sunglasses, so nobody can tell who I am. Stunning. Okay, so also if you happen to come here and if you're a man and you have long pants on and you take your top off and you go in afterwards, you can go and get ice cream in Rio's. I would recommend it. If you're a lady, then you need to bring a shawl to cover up your shoulders and arms, I think. It's just these rules of body parts in all religions, by the way. It's so bizarre. Who decides a certain body part is offensive, or you have to bear, if you're a man, you have to show your tits. It's so weird. I'm sure there's, well, logic doesn't really come into it, does it? Anyway, this is very, very beautiful. Very impressive. Okay. Right. We're just about to cross the train tracks. And I can tell you there's no fear of a train coming. Well, that's for sure, because it's not running. I know only too well. And my pocket knows only too well. And this man probably is enlightened and knows only too well. Okay. This guy, I feel, is totally over it. He's like, really? You can dress me up on this? I'm done. I just want a Diet Coke. Probably. I mean, maybe I'm transferring a little bit, but okay. I know he did say it wasn't as hot as I was expecting. That has passed. A little check on the current temperatures. Am I in the right track? Actually, before I do anything with temperatures, we think I'm on the right track. Meow. Did you know that cats have rabies? Can have rabies at least. I know that they have rabies cats in Sri Lanka. Okay, let me just recap the events of the last 30 seconds. I had to change my battery from the GoPro. I did it on that wall in the blazing heat. While I was doing it, I noticed a spider that looked small and threatening. So I trained the video on it and said, look at this scary spider. And then the next thing you know, it jumped on top of me and wouldn't get off. And I shrieked like a manly man. No, I didn't. We all know exactly what happened. Now somebody's cooking something with coconuts, and I found what they do with their used coconuts. But I tell you, it smells amazing. Anyway, I feel like that I eventually got rid of that spider, but I feel like that could have been the end of me very easily. I feel like I had a very close encounter with the next world. But we move on, unless somehow it's happened to reattach itself for me and is waiting for its moment to seek revenge, which is a distinct possibility, of course. In fact, we're very close to home. I did not realize I was that close to the train station that isn't working. But I've been working. This would have been absolutely ideal. Instead, I have to take a bus at 7 a.m. No, 7:30, which is not ideal, I can tell you. Cute. Cute little tuk-tuks. So it is time for me to, what was in the tree there? To regroup and go back to the hotel, have a shower, clean my disgusting feet, which I dread to think what they look like. Yeah, from walking in the temple that they wouldn't let me in. I had to take my shoes off to get to the point where they were mean to me. And also just the sandy, dirty streets of Jaffna. So I have to wash my feet. I think I'll try and clean this. The t-shirt, not the boob. Get rid of this Smurf blood that seems to be on me. Cool down a lot. And then, yeah, start thinking about my next restaurant. Such is my life at the moment. It's really not much to complain about, really, if you think about it. And I've scored myself a Pepsi Max from the supermarket, which honestly just is so exciting to me because I have failed for 2 weeks to find That's the train station. I've been looking out over the train station. This is incredible. That's my hotel right there. I am so dumb. This is the train station. Why are people going into the train station when there's no trains? Why are there even people in train stations? Maybe there's trains somewhere. Maybe everybody's been lying to me. Maybe I should just go and have a lie down. Okay, well, here I am at my hotel. So, for now, it's keeping masala. Hello, and welcome back to Jaffna. Jaffna City, where I am just gonna take a walk to the coast, which, if my map reading is correct, is just straight on, and I'll eventually hit water. So surely even I can't go wrong. So I think I have warmed to the city of Jaffna. It just takes a couple of nice people and a couple of good meals to turn everything around. And yesterday evening I went to the Malayan Cafe. Highly recommend. And I had an amazing feed and met some lovely people along the way. So all is not lost. Hello. But I will say it is a city of how would I put it? I've met some very nice people, and I've met quite a lot of really rude people. More so than anywhere else in Sri Lanka. I've come across some just not very nice people in like restaurants and shops and things, which is kind of a first on this trip. And at the temple, where they were just really, really rude. But I have met some really lovely people along the way. So it's mixture. I guess that's the word I was trying to find there. It's a real mixture of reactions, I guess. And I've had one good meal and some terrible meals as well. So make of that what you will. It's not the cleanest of cities either, as you can see. This is something you see in India as well, just rubbish strewn about. But in other ways it's very pretty, and I love the little laneways between houses. It's very cute and very nice, actually. So overall, I like Jaffna. It's got a lot of character, and it feels real, that's for sure. It feels like a real place. Who are these lads? One of them has got sunglasses on. My dad Goldie. Is he supposed to have sunglasses on? Nobody knows. I think I can see the sea already, and I'm not sure. Stay tuned. But I think I can. Like I said, it's a straight line all the way. We like to pick easy goals when you're a Connor and you have to read maps. Very nice, colourful houses here. You ready for my usual joke? Hey kids. Yeah, never gets old. Hello. I like all the bright colours. I think I'd like a purple house. It is a hot day here in Jaffna. Also, this morning when I went to collect my laundry, there were all sorts of religious things happening, and I kind of got to thinking, as Carrie Bradshaw would say.
Hi, nice to meet you.
And you. Although I'm not sure I'd call it meeting. So in the one street that I was walking down, there was I don't know how many different religions and religious services happening. And I wondered, because I was brought up in a almost 100% Christian country, so you never got to see anything else really. You knew other religions existed. But I wonder what it's like when it's actually on your doorstep and you see all of the icons and temples and everything. When you see so many of them, surely you must question, why is my one the right one? And all of these other people around me, what about theirs? I don't know. If you grew up in a multi-belief country, what did you think of everybody else? Let me know.
How are you?
Good, how are you? I've brought you to the sea. I've succeeded in my goal. Right. Now, this is about as far as I've given my plan any thought. Holy hell, that's hot. So, we've lots of boats. And lots of these little huts on the water. I guess we'll take a little walk down the coast. I can't get too lost. I mean, I won't get too lost, is what I mean. Surely. I am sweating from my eyebrows, people. Who knew that was possible? Well, this is really nice because it's semi-shaded. God, they're really into their bright colors. I am here for it. It's very vibrant, very pretty. Okay, sorry for the construction noise. So, it's funny, here you definitely see a mix of Hindu and Christian, predominantly. Whereas in most of the other parts of the country, it is Buddhism. Now, I'm not entirely sure how far I should be walking out here, but we'll take a little gander. We'll go everywhere till we're stopped, as is our wont. And there's Saint somebody or other. Right, this water is definitely not the cleanest. Would you eat a fish from here? Well, I guess it's all the same ocean, isn't it? It's the Indian Ocean. So if you eat fish around here, it's the same water really, isn't it? Sometimes I'm glad I don't eat fish. This looks like it would be a fish market. Food market, yeah, it is. Well, you know it's fresh. That much is true. All right, one needs to regroup, find a road, walk up it, commit, find shade, all the usual things. Also, I have noticed that Sunday is the day where people just boom out music from tuk-tuks, from houses, from temples. It's like, today's our letting go day. It's kind of fun. It's certainly jolly, that's for sure. All right, I'm gonna look at a map and figure out my next moves. Radio. We're back on the road. Hello, doggy. Now, oh wow, there's a lot of people working on their netting in the shade. It's a very nice thing to do on a Sunday. And it is lovely shade, I gotta say. Which we are leaving. Oh dear. You see the odd person here and there, like me, but on the whole, it just absolutely doesn't get anywhere near other parts of the country, and it's not set up for that, which is, hello, which is nice. So long may that last. I guess at some point it won't, because where there's tourists, there's money, and there's tourist prices, and all of that. All of that kind of stuff. Okay, we're at the New Taj Hotel. Whew. Just get a little bit of shade while I get out my map. Right. Turns out I'm on the right track. After all, I am where I need to be going. Huzzah. All right, this is the end of my little Jaffna jaunt. So, having walked quite a bit of the city, seen as many of the sites that I possibly could, not that there's very many, what do I think? Was it worth making the big long trek up here? Look at this little chipmunk. Oh, he's gone already. He was shy. Is it worth the big trek all the way up here? So look, it's a bit of a mixed bag, I found. I met some very friendly people. I met some very unfriendly people. I definitely met people with more attitude here. Sort of, that like really just don't care. And a bit rude. But then on the flip side, I met some lovely people. So I guess it's just like any city in the world. You get a mixture. But it wasn't the warm welcome that I was expecting, that's for sure. I had some terrible meals and I had some good meals. Again, I guess like any other city. So far we're kind of getting neutral on both of those things. And then thinking about the the main things to see or do when you're here. The fort, it's really not very much. It's I don't think it's even worth the entrance fee, to be honest. It's not that impressive. For me, wasn't very interesting at all. The market, I don't get it. It's just, I've seen much more interesting markets, even in Sri Lanka. So I don't think it's particularly unique in any way, or even terribly interesting. I didn't get to Delft Island because you have to be there really early in the morning and there's only one ferry going there, so it was kind of awkward and I had to collect laundry. It's kind of boring, but so I didn't make it there. The temple, I didn't get in because the very rude people turned me away for reasons that I understand. You have to go with the rules that I get. I would have come back the next day with pants and everything had they actually been welcoming and nice, but they were neither nice nor welcoming, so I didn't make the effort to go back. So I can't really talk about the temple either, but if you do come here, they don't supply you with anything to wrap around your waist, so you got to bring your own, which is fine. I get that. And if you're a man, you got to take your top off. I get that less, but again, their rules, their space, they can make the rules. Am I missing anything? I don't know if it's something on the list, but the Mayan Cafe, that's superb and definitely worth a visit, and I really loved it, and actually that's where I'm off to right now again, for another lovely feed. So what I really liked was just walking the residential streets. They're very pretty, looking at the houses and the people going about their lives. I really like that. And you kind of get a feel of the city. It's really nice. That part I really, really liked. The centre is a bit less so. But all in all, is it worth the big long trek here? And it was a big long trek because the trains aren't working at the moment, so I didn't even have the option of a train. I'm going to say no, which really pains me. I just don't think it's worth it. Everything that is good about here, you can see in somewhere like Trinco, in Trincomalee. I would go there. I had a better experience there. I think it was a more interesting city. It's easier to get to, and there's just better things. And I found people friendlier there. I'm really sorry to say that to anybody from Jaffna who's watching, but it's not the friendliest place that I've been to. So, yeah, there it is. If you've got the time and you want to experience something different, then absolutely come here. And maybe you'll find it. But if you're not pressed, then I would say skip it. Sorry.